you'd probably not want to be there.
Roger.
Lena, it is now your turn.
Okay. I'm able to use my pistol?
You can certainly use your pistol. If you shoot at him in melee range, you take a penalty. If you choose to back up to shoot, he will be able to attack you with his machete that he's brandishing.
I think I'll rather take the penalty.
Sure.
So I'm, at this point, he's running towards me. His face is higher up than I am because I'm sort of knelt down. So I'm just going to aim up and try and hit him right in the face.
It's a -2 penalty to your attack roll. So you aim up to try to hit him in the face with your pistol, but unfortunately, you are not able to get him. So you do not actually hit him with the pistol. He more or less what it is as you were kneeling down, you aimed up with your pistol, you took your one shot, and he just kind of like moved to the side ever so slightly. That's your turn. Unless there's anything else that you could possibly do as like instant actions, but I don't think there is at the moment.
You tell me.
No, I don't think there is at the moment. And so now it's going to be the humans. I'm not going to do that again. It is Adam's turn. Once he said that, now you can start looking around, and very quickly you see that the consoles are all slightly brighter than they were beforehand. And you, because you're like standing almost instinctively, like you reach out, you touch the actual wall of the ship, and you can feel the hum of the ship. It actually is humming significantly quieter than your ship does, like way less. And you know that you're way closer to the engines of this ship than you usually are in the piloting your own ship.
Okay. I want to go to a console.
You very quickly make your way over there. It takes almost no movement.
I want to try and lock down the ship, like ground it.
Sure.
Force ground it. Basically by like breaking everything I can electronically, you know?
Sure. So
almost like virusing it.
The first thing you're going to have to do before you worry about decryptions to be able to do the hacking part is you need to, because you're trying to do like overrides. Before you do that, you first have to get familiar with the interface, with the alien interface, and have the conversion happen on your ship or whatever. To do that, you're going to have to do an electronics check. This is intelligence electronics for you to be able to handle the interface part. Because of the fact that it's an alien technology that you've not come across before and have no familiarity, you do have to take a -1. Only a -1 because of your background. Usually be a -2.
Yeah.
Like for Lena, it'd be a -2.
6.
Apparently, make a note of all the things that I have to fix. So
yeah. If I notice that like I'm trying and it's just too alien, can I just fucking go to the ramp now? Or at least go to next turn?
Oh, yeah. So you more or less, you try to get into it. You try to, like, you easily interface onto it, but it just comes in and you're just like, you can't even make, you can't, like, you try to have, like, your translating algorithm get to it, but the way that you inputted it or whatever it is, it's just, it's like when you try to Google search and it just says no results, and you're like, Google has everything on it. How are there no results? And you're just like, ugh. So you kind of like, I don't even want to try to, like, retype this into Google.
I, like, screenshot, and then I'm like, howdy.
Yeah, okay, cool. So sadly, you're going to have to do that on your next turn. It is now the aliens' turn. All the ones around you are... No, they're not all dead. So before we get to you, Lena, Ward, we're going to... one of the things that you noticed there, what's your face? Rockwell, is the ship itself, the ramp to the ship itself starts slowly going up. Now, some ships, combat ships and stuff like that, they're designed to like close up quickly for like safety measures. This is a transport ship, so it's a bit of a slow one. So it starts to go.
You need the slow ramp. People love the slow ramp.
It is a slow ramp going up. So for you to get off this thing might take a minute. So that thing does start to slowly go up. After that,
I'm actually gonna say, I'm gonna calm then. Carmine, if you get a moment, shoot the ramp.
Cool.
Sure thing.
Lena, I gotta attack you with a melee weapon. Yeah.
Nice knowing you.
Sorry. This is going to happen. And I have good modifiers because these guys are stronger than they are dexterous. Are we ready?
Nope.
Actually, not bad. I rolled 5 plus my modifiers is going to be a miss.
Ooh.
However, a miss in this game with a melee weapon is still, in fact, a hit. Just because the way that it works is based off stars without numbers. He has an advanced weapon, so it's actually still a hit. It's called shock damage, and it says that number. Yeah. So, and because of the fact that he's wielding a medium, because like a machete, right? A medium melee weapon, he actually swings with this thing, and he does like a heavy cleave with it, and Lena's like, oh, fuck, and tries to jump out of the way. And so he swings down hard, and he hits the crate, and he's like, ah! And so he pulls it out and swings wildly to the side, and he actually does land, and it hits in, and her armor stops most of the attack. But it still does 2 points of damage to her as it cuts deep into her arm, just barely not cutting the bone. But oh my god, the amount of tissue and everything. Luckily, she's a muscular woman. She actually is a strong person. She actually works out and is in shape. Otherwise, that probably easily would have cut through and hit bone or whatever. But oh, the cut that happens afterwards, the searing pain. You can feel it. It is fucking painful. Blood immediately running down your arm, inside and somewhat outside of your armor as that happens. Luckily for you, as soon as that happens, as soon as he pulls it away, your suit is designed to have almost like that kind of like covers up that spot so that it would stop any air from flowing out, but it's a way weaker seal than your armor typically would have against like zero pressure or toxic environments. Anyways, that is painful. After his turn, it's going to go to James Carmine's turn.
All right, so would I reckon that shooting the ramp would do anything useful, like Rockwell said?
The reason why I want that, for the record, is if it closes all the way, so I can jump out the hole.
Yeah. So he's suggesting stop the ramp. Like just like modern technologies, it's going to be based off some sort of hydraulic system or electronic system. So maybe you can shoot an area that where the hydraulics are to allow the pressure to release, or maybe you can shoot an area where the electronics are to kind of like jam it up for a minute, or maybe just the way it like seals up. If you do enough damage to it, it kind of catches and doesn't close quite as easily as it usually would. Just more a matter of breaking the mechanics. That's what he's hoping to have you do. Now, quick question before you do this. You've discharged your weapon 1, 2, 3 rounds. Each time you discharge your weapon is what? 3 bullets? And your weapon holds 30 bullets normally?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have 7 discharges. So, in every round that you don't shoot, it does start to regain some of that back. So, but go ahead.
Okay, then I'll probably try to shoot the thing. I'll probably try to have a look first to see where the mechanics are for making the ramp go down, that sort of thing. So I'd at least try to aim for something that might stop it from going down immediately, so that our dear friend can get out.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're gonna go over there and more or less just try to break this motherfucker with shots. Okay, so to make this check, what I'm gonna have you do is I'm gonna have you make an assault rifle skill check. But once again, you're doing something that's very fucking difficult to do. So I'm sorry to say this, it's an assault rifle skill check with a -3. And it's going to be assault rifle, give me 1 second. Assault rifle intelligence, because you're trying to know exactly where to do it. Yeah, this is one of the worst skills for you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So -3, right?
Yeah, and it's intelligence. I'm sorry.
Well. Yeah.
Unfortunately, you go in there and you start spraying bullets, but from where you're sitting, Rockwell, it's not that he's missing where he thinks he's supposed to be shooting at. He is hitting it, but the problem is it's not getting through. Maybe he's not hitting the exact spot. Maybe it was the wrong things he was shooting at in the first place. But you do notice a spray of bullets ricocheting into where you are, so it is a little dangerous at the moment too. Luckily, none of the bullets are hitting you. But there's a spray of bullets coming your way. Obviously,
I mean, it is a spaceship, so the chance of success was never that high. But I might as well try something.
I wanted an option so I didn't get locked on the spaceship in our first combat and get taken to Batarian space. Seems a little suspect to me.
I get it, yeah.
It is now Lena's turn. Lena, you took 2 points of damage in your shoulder. I think you actually have decent health normally, don't you?
7.
Yeah, you usually have 7 health, so you have...
Yeah, she's fine. She's the tank here.
Yeah, you have 5 remaining, so you're actually doing pretty decent. The problem is that melee weapons, 1, ignore shields, 2, ignore armor, and 3 have what's called shock damage, which does a little amount of damage even if it misses. So he's fucking scary right now. Lena, it's your turn. What do you choose to do?
I'm guessing I don't really have much choice. I'm gonna have to try and hit this guy. He's not gonna give up, is he? So, now if I try and back away a bit, do I get what's the?
He gets an attack of opportunity against you if you choose to back away. Quick question before you make that decision. I cannot recall. Did you choose the Omni Blade or the Hacker's Omni Tool?
Hacker's Omni Tool.
Okay, so you would have to choose to back up. My internet just got a little funky, so we maybe dropped a couple frames there. I'll keep an eye to see if that keeps happening. I may have to reboot, but it seems fine at the moment. So if it drops again, I'll keep an eye. So anyways, so if you back up, he gets an attack of opportunity against you, but you don't get penalties to your attack roll. A -2 is pretty devastating. If you stay here, you get the -2. So it's more or less, does he get 2 attacks against you this turn, or does he get only 1? Even if he misses you, he hits you.
Yeah, I do have a question though. On that assassin foci, where it says about your point blank range attacks.
Let me read about it because I do not remember all of your foci. So
you don't have a disadvantage to.
So assassin,
melee, I remember that.
Assassin gains sneak attack as a bonus skill. You can conceal a weapon no larger than a knife or pistol, any less than blah, 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 including a normal passive detectors. You can draw or produce this object as an instant action, which is perfectly fine. And your point blank range attacks. Oh. So let's just say when he came at you last round with his weapon, it's the first time you've engaged in melee with an alien ever before, and it completely shocked you. It caught you off guard, and he fucking hit you with this thing. But that searing pain, that amount of pain that you just took, everything that just happened, all of a sudden, all of your thinking went away. All of that went away, and you fell back into your, like, combat-trained survival self. No more thinking. You're now in, like, your auto-meditative stance. You just realize what the fuck's happening, and so you have your pistol in your hands, and you're just kind of like... So if I remember correctly, Lena, we discussed this beforehand, Rookie, about Lena. Produce this weapon as an instant action, and your point-blank range attacks with it cannot be miss the target. So if I remember correctly, we discussed this, and it's not all attacks. It's if you produce a hidden weapon as an instant action. Isn't that how we had described it before? Otherwise, it'd be insanely powerful.
Right.
Remind me. Did we discuss this?
You did, because we were all on call.
We did discuss that, yeah.
Yeah, because Splattercat actually had the same ability in Roll for It's Stars Without Number game, because this is based off Stars Without Number, and I remember we all being like, that's fucking insanely powerful. You can always do a shit ton of damage in melee with a ranged weapon when you're supposed to have. So I think the whole idea is if you draw this weapon immediately, you can fucking get a shot. So that actually does not work in this situation.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, so if you put it away and then draw it, So So one of the things you could do is you could theoretically put it away, because you can do that as like free actions effectively. You could put it away and then back up with your sniper rifle and take a shot with that in hopes that that ends the game for you. But he gets a free attack against you, or you can stay here and take your attack with this with your penalty.
I mean, if he's gonna get 2 attacks on me, then at the end of the day, like you said, it's a melee weapon. He's gonna get that shock damage on me, so he's gonna do something. I'd rather him only be able to hit me once, so I'm just gonna try and hit him again, I guess.
Okay, so you're gonna take your -2 to your pistol attack. Okay, you scared me for a second. I was like, oh my god, she's insane. But do you know it's only what's his name that has the ability once per combat to either turn a miss into a hit or turn a hit against him into a miss. Which is, dude, fuck you for that. All right.
I've got a plan with that one.
Oh
Just,
my god.
like, give me a second.
Yeah, I know. God. All right, Lena, with your -2, make your attack roll with your pistol. Oh, it's a beautiful hit. Beautiful hit. Oh, gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. All right. Do your damage. 3 damage. So
Still
you
something.
You do, in fact, hit the guy. So he has, at this point, I believe, taken a little bit of damage from rushing forward and being hit, blah, 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 blah. So you do break, because his shields have already been broken through, correct? From his running forward and everything. So you do break through his armor and hit him for a little bit. He's like, ah! But he's still standing there. He's still up and rocking it. Speaking of rocking, rock well.
I'm gonna sprint and get off this damn ship, please.
Absolutely. The door is closing slowly, so you're able to make me evasion save. However, when you make me that evasion save, you're able... Yes, you're able to make it with a +5.
There's no place to add a +5, but I got a 20 anyway, so...
Oh, you just add it at the end, but I think I can add that in there. We're going to if you could write that down so I remember to make these changes anyways. So a natural fucking 20. Let me describe this. You actually go rushing forward down this ramp as quickly as you can, and you, as the thing's closing, you go running down all the way to the end tip of the ramp, and you kind of like roll forward, grabbing the ends. So what is it? You roll forward a little bit, crouch forward, grabbing the ends, and you flip yourself over it. You're not a crazy acrobat. That's not your character. But you grab it and roll out the end, flipping over it and landing on your feet on the other side. You rolled a natural 20 on the save. So not only did you get out, but you actually only used up 4 of your 10 meters of movement to get out here. No extra whatsoever. You still have 6 meters of movement and an action at this point with your fucking natty 20. So you're standing right outside of the ramp. Make for me a perception check with a -2 because you're doing it for free. That's kind of like my go-to, is if you're making like a free perception with a -2. Yeah. And with your 7, you're able to see Lena off to the side with a guy with a fucking huge machete thing slashing down at her, and her trying to take shots at this guy, dodging and weaving, trying to get out of the way. So he's a good distance from you. Remind me of the distance of your pistol, please.
100 to 300.
What was it?
100 to 300.
You can definitely hit. He's 160 meters away from you right now, I believe. No, 60.
Okay.
Wait. Hold on. I have to start remembering to do the conversions in my head. So let's see. 80 is what's 8? What's 6? Wait, hold on.
You know you can turn the map into meters, right?
Oh, can I? Oh, I'm sorry. I've never played in your weird world.
I don't use meters in my games either.
Yeah, but it's just designed so 1 unit equals 2 meters. Oh, this is gorgeous. Cool. Can I do this?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Away.
He's 32 meters away. Oh my god.
So I absolutely can shoot at him.
Oh, you taught me something about Roll20. Thanks. You taught me how to not be American. Well, there's 3 countries in the world that use the imperial system still. 2 of them are third world countries, and then there's America. So,
they're all wrong though.
They're all wrong. Okay, so
I only use feet in my games because I've used playing with feet. I don't understand meters any better than feet at this point, honestly.
It's funny, I didn't even realize until about a year and a half ago that even the books that get printed for like D&D and whatnot in other countries are in feet as well. Yeah, they do not reprint to meters to fan service. They just go, fuck off, we're an American company. And you're like, oh, but you're from California. I thought no, fuck off. All right, so anyways, he's well within range. He does have a little bit of cover, combination of Lena being there and the crates in the way. He does have some cover, but you're able to make your attack roll. Yep, and the fact that he's engaged in melee with her only applies. It's only if you roll a natty 1 do you have to worry about Lena. Okay.
Oh, good. So it's my kind of.
Yeah. It's only a 5% chance of something. So
it's only going to go horribly wrong if it goes horribly wrong.
Yes, exactly. So you do miss. So you come. You could, by the way, don't forget you still have your 6 meters of movement left. So you
moved closer.
You come flipping down out of the thing, and as you like land on your feet, you quickly look over. You see, you hear a shot. You look up. You see Lena there. You actually draw a pistol out rather quickly and just take a quick hip shot at the guy that's over there. Sadly, you are no James Carmine.
Oh no,
you are no Lena Ward. So as you have this badass kind of roll out and glance up and shot, you just miss horribly.
I survived. That still matters to me.
But it was a moment. Do you want to keep moving? Are you done?
I would keep moving. I'd use the rest of my movement to get wherever I could.
Yeah, so move 3 squares up.
Oh, we're actually doing movement on the battle map in this theater of the mind thing. Okay.
Well, yeah, you don't have to actually, because you're never going to get up to him anyway, so you don't have to worry about it. So, after you is the baddie's turn.
Gus.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, Lena. You ready?
Hit me.
What's your AC?
My AC, 15.
He actually misses you. I'm not even joking. He gets a 14 chance to hit, so he misses you, but just fucking barely. So this time, as you kind of got into your combat focus sense or whatever, and you line up, you actually take your shot, and he takes a clip of the shoulder. He's like, ah, and thrusts forward with the thing. And as he thrusts forward, you take your pistol, and he was going straight for your chest, but you actually take the pistol, and you kind of quickly get the thing caught up in the side of the pistol and push it down to the side, hoping the thrust would come out over there. And it almost missed you, but he is able to scrape your side and cuts deep into your side over there. And once again, he's going to leave a nasty fucking scar as he cuts into your side a good bit. And once again, that searing pain, God, it fucking hurts. 2 more points of damage to you, Lena. Oh, fuck. This shit hurts. That was his turn, though. And he's like, and then all of a sudden, through his gargling of him speaking Batarian, which actually their voices are not gremlinish. Their voices are actually very deep. It's kind of so you do hear him say "die" somewhere in the voice that he's saying. You actually hear it in English
thanks.
clearly. The word "die."
He made the effort. He made
is,
the effort to learn the English word for die.
it's, you gotta
Too
give.
bad we're gonna punish him for it.
Yeah.
It is your turn, James. Please, Mr.
Would
Carmine.
I in any way be able to move so that I can get an eye on this guy?
Absolutely. So, technically speaking, where you are right now, you can see him. However, if you keep going to close, because you're at the back of the ship, but between where the legs are and where the real big hull, the engines and everything are, so you would have to kind of you have the legs between you and him, and then once again, Lena and the boxers are there, so he has improved cover against you. If you were to move completely laterally, to the other side of the ship, just try to get the legs out of the way. I believe you can move what works out to be 2 squares over and a diagonal up because you've reduced movement. That will help you out a bit, but still he's going to have the improved cover against you. Next turn, however, you will be able to completely break it down to regular cover.
I've got a bit of a different idea. I'm gonna keep moving
Sure.
past the legs, and I'm gonna pop a shot at this guy.
Sure. And you can take your shot. Roll natty 20.
However,
Sadly, because he does have improved
that is
cover.
a miss.
That is a miss.
But once per fight, I can make a missed attack roll into a hit.
So this is what happens. You line up your shot, and you go, doof, doof, in your first 2 attacks against the guy. One ricochets off of a leg between you and him. The other one actually embeds itself into a box between him and her, but it misses horribly. And you're just like, fuck! And then you just kind of fall into yourself for a second, and you line up that last little bullet, and you pull that trigger. Tell me what you do. Roll that damage.
I would love to.
That
15
last
points of damage.
and final fucking attack ricochets off the leg, embeds itself into a crate between him and her, and then you line up that fucking attack. You pull that fucking trigger, and all of a sudden, Lena, you just see the guy's looking at you, all 4 eyes down at you, and he starts to slightly look away as he hears the sound, but then he can't see quite as well because that last bullet goes right through one of his eyeballs, and then his entire head goes out the back of his head as is a huge spray. You see this, Lena, in almost slow motion. It's kind of poof, poof, poof. What stands before you is a Batarian. He still has his whole body bleeding from here a little bit. He still has his neck. He still has his chin. He still has his face, sans one eye. But everything from here back is just gone. It is just, you're wearing some of it. It is all over the place. It's somewhat in the sailing, somewhat on the crates behind. It's just gone. And he continues to stand there. And continues to stand there. And what's slow motion for you, Lena? And then all of a sudden, just kind of like flops forward. And as he flops forward, he hits onto one of the boxes. His face hits the box, and the remaining part of his head just kind of like folds forward over itself with nothing to structurally support it. And he just kind of like slumps there for a moment before he slowly slides off and slumps to the ground dead immediately before you, Lena. And with that amazing kill, why don't we take our second break, our halftime break. So this one's going to be a smidge longer, about a 7-8 minute break to allow people to pee, poo, or get some food. And we will come back shortly with the second half of Mass Effect 2164. See you all shortly.